Hi friends, karibuni sana CITAM ChurchOnline. My name is Sonia Thuita and it's an absolute delight to be back. In today's video, we're just going to take the next few minutes to just take a look at the power of community and the critical role that meaningful godly friendships play in the life of a young person who is just committed to doing this life thing God's way. Now, many of us as young people struggle with a certain dilemma. We want the perks of following Jesus, the joy, the gladness, the blessings that come with following Jesus, but we also want the perks that come with being in the world. You want to be answerable to yourself, to indulge yourself in whatever desires that your body or your flesh desires at that particular time. And unfortunately, these two lifestyles, they just cannot coexist. And this results in a tussle between the flesh and the spirit. And you find that many of us, we are trapped. We keep being trapped in habitual sin. We are in a loop of sin that we cannot seem to break through. You come, yes, you've given your life to Christ, but you're still struggling with indulging in alcohol, in sleeping with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you're just trapped in that loop and you're wondering why you can't seem to break free. Allow me to share this perspective with you today. Perhaps it could be because yes, you gave your life to Christ, but immediately after you went back to the same patterns, to the same places, in the same circle of friends with people who are still very deep in the life that you are trying to live behind. You're entangled and enmeshed with people who are not walking in the direction that you desire to grow. The word of God in 1 Corinthians chapter 3 gives us a view of how the people in Corinth also struggled with some worldly things. They had quarrels amongst themselves. They were having divisions amongst their leaders. And in the world that we are living in today, in our generation, I believe, even though our problem may not be exactly like that, we are living in a time where the terrain seems like it's so against us. And how, the question we want to answer today, as young people who want to live for God, how are we able to thrive and not just merely survive? How are we able to actually live lives that are fruitful, that have top tier, high quality lives, and not just feel like we are struggling to basically to keep up with the faith and to actually live high quality lives? What are ways that we can be able to thrive in our young adulthood as Christians, people who have set out to live this life for Christ? The one way I will share with us today that is tested and approved in my own life is having the right community around you. If you find yourself struggling with something, the first thing I will tell you to do is just reevaluate your first line of friends. Reevaluate the closest people to you. It's very critical and important to have people who align with you in terms of your character, your value, and most importantly, the faith that you profess, the faith that they profess. Not just people who call themselves Christians, but people you can see actually working out their salvation. And where do you find these kinds of people? I can promise you they're not found in the bars and in the clubs or at brunch on Sunday morning, but they are found in the house of God. Find a Bible-believing church and plug in, immerse yourself in the lives. There are several assemblies that have youth services. Number one, pray to God about it. Let God lead you to spaces where you can be able to meet with people who are actually deliberately living their lives for Christ. Immerse yourself in programs that are planned for young people where you can be able to form networks and circles of people who are doing this thing God's way. And God will be able to cause you to have people that you can do life with, people who can love you, support you, call you out when you are going the wrong direction, when they see you, because sometimes your friends have foresight in a way that you don't have, and they can be able to see you when you're about to make a mistake or when you're about to make a wrong decision. And God is able to surround you and fortify your life and strengthen you with people who can walk this journey of faith with you. So as I conclude and as I finish, my prayer for all of us as young people is that God will give us people, friends who we can journey life with, who are committed actually doing life God's way, and together we can be able to no longer conform to the patterns of this world and be the light in whatever spheres of influence God places us. See you next time. My name is Sonia Thuita. Be blessed.